All right, here's the thing. If you were to learn one thing from me, from my class this year, this would probably be the one to pick. And it is how to create a works cited page and how to do in-text citation according to MLA style. When you get to college, different classes will go with different style manuals. English classes will almost always go with MLA. It's important that you know how to do it and do it right because it's just part of academic writing and will be for your entire academic career, whether that's 4 more years of college for you or 4 more years of college and then grad school. It is a thing you have to know how to do. So I'm going to walk you through that. The easier part is the in-text citation, but you can't do an in-text citation if you haven't done your works cited page, and that will hopefully become clear to you in a minute or two. I'm attaching this document. This one, though, it's over there. No, it's over there. I get backward. No, that way. That way. It's over there. It's right there. It's right there. That document I'm going to put with this video. It's got over here some notes that explain how things should be done. And I'm going to walk you through how to create one right now. Obviously, so in your works cited page, you won't have this notes column over here. You'll just have that. So, ignore the other part over there. This thing, ignore this. That's just notes that I wrote for you. You won't have that, but you will have a works cited page. First thing in a works cited page, you always put the words works cited centered at the top of the page. Like the rest of your essay, this should be double spaced, by the way, just so you know. And just like the rest of your essay, it should be in 12-point Times New Roman font. I don't really care what your favorite font is. When you do academic writing, you put it in 12-point Times New Roman. It's just what you do. And then your sources. So I think I cut it down to 3. You should have at least 3 sources. They should be listed alphabetically here by whatever appears first. And that most often should be the author's last name. If it is not the author's last name, the only other thing that should really go here is the title of the article that you are referring to. So either the author's last name, comma, first name, period, or if there was no author listed, then you're going to go with the title of the article. EasyBib or whatever bibliography generator you choose will walk you through this, but in my opinion, they're a waste of time. They mess things up when you copy and paste. The formatting gets messed up, and they take actually more time to use than if you just learn how to do it yourself. So I'm going to walk you through one in a second. But as a reminder, if there is a name of a person, and only if there is the name of a person, so this shouldn't be like the name of the website or anything else, only if it is a person, then you start with their name, last name, comma, first name, period. Then we put the title of the article or the title of the web page that you are on. That goes inside quotation marks. I also get the period at the end. That period, you'll notice, is inside the quotation marks. Then we get the name of the publication or the name of the website. That gets italicized. Next, we get the name of the publisher. Sometimes the publisher is the same exact thing as it has the same exact name as the publication. So down here, the Washington Post, published by the Washington Post. Now, it turns out you can choose to skip. If it's the same exact thing, you can choose to skip this. But if it's not, you should look it up and you should put whatever it is. The easiest way to find this is usually at the bottom, very, very, very bottom of a web page. You'll see a little C inside of a circle, C inside of a circle. And next to that will be the year. And either on the right or left of that will be the name of a company or something. That's the name of the publisher. So you can look for that at the very bottom of a web page, usually. After that comes the if there was one listed, the publication date. That always goes the day first, then a 3-letter abbreviation for the month, followed by a period, and then the year, and a comma, and then the URL or the link directly to that page that you are citing on the website. Let me walk you through one. I just found an article because it was good when it had the name of it's from a reliable source. It's recent. It's about a thing you may be writing about, we should be thinking about, which is elections and why we need to fight for our democracy, basically. The author of this article is Nse Ufot. So I'm going to put this person's name, do it myself, right here. So it was. Now I find it's easier just to copy and paste the title because I don't want to type all that. Come back here. I'm going to do control click or 2-finger click or right click, and then I'm going to do paste without formatting, and then it won't bring all the weird formatting it would have brought from that website with it. This is from Control I, italicizes the New York Times. Control I, unitalicizes, period, no, not period, sorry, comma, which is published by the New York Times Company. And I just know that because I've cited it often enough. It was written, I remember this, 19th of May, 2020. So now I just need to get the website link. I don't actually need all this garbage here. Like, this is a real website wherever it ends in HTML. And popping that there, period at the end. Now, there's one thing I haven't done yet, and that is this handy thing right here called the hanging indent. You'll see, the cool thing about the hanging indent is if you look at this page, it's so easy to see where each different citation starts and ends. And we see the most important thing, which we'll find out in a second why this is most important, but it's the first thing there. That's the most important thing we need to know, and that'll become clear to you in a second. Not a second, like in a minute. That's called a hanging indent. So we don't indent the first line, but we indent all the other lines, no matter how many there are. So let me show you an easy way to do this in Google Docs if you're on a computer. I'm going to put my cursor at the line, the first line that needs to be indented. Now I am going to hit the Enter key. You'll notice nothing happened when I hit the Enter key because it is just separating this line from this line. Now it knows those are two separate lines. They don't go together anymore. And then I'm going to go up here, watch my cursor. It's going to go up, 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 up to this thing where it says increase indent. See, I was here. I went up, 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 increase indent. I'm going to hit that. Bam! Done. That's it. That's all you got to do. And now we just formatted one of these together. I don't like it when it's underlined. It bothers me. So you can always click on it. Of course, you're not going to. Oh, there we go. And we can do the little thing. It's gone. That's it. That's how to do the works cited page. If you can't listen to me anymore, pause here. Maybe go get a beverage. My beverage choice is almost always Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper. And my snack of choice this whole time, I've been addicted to these Cape Cod Original kettle cooked potato chips. They've been on sale at Moriano's every time I've gone. Although to stop myself from eating too many, I got these little bags. They're more expensive, but otherwise I eat the whole bag. It's bad for me. All right, that was our break. Let's get back to it. Let me talk to you now about in-text citations quickly. This is really simple. So this is a sample draft that I wrote last semester for pretty much the same assignment. You'll see right here, for instance, I have a quote that I took from a source. According to a recent article in the Washington Post, yada, 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 yada. I get to the end of that quote, and now I need to tell you where that's really from, especially when I have multiple. So I used multiple articles from the Washington Post. So when I say the Washington Post there, it doesn't tell you which source I use because there's multiple in my annotated bibliography. So I need to tell you which specific one I'm using. So all I have to put here, if there was the name of an author, I am putting just the author's last name there. which you'll see if I go to my Works Cited page, then I go here and I go, wait, what's this article all about? I want to read the rest of that. And I come here and I'm like, oh, Taylor Telford. I know that guy. Income equality in America is the highest it's been since what? That's crazy. The Washington Post? I'm going to go read that. And then I would come here and I would come copy and paste this. And I go, bam, Control C. I go, bam, Control V. I'm like, whew. Oh, pretend you didn't see that. Pretend that worked. Pretend that worked. But sad that that didn't work. But pretend it worked, okay? It would have been better if it had worked. Anyway, let's say it was this one. And I was like, oh, this one. Let's see this one. I know this one will work. I want to read this thing by the Haas Institute. Can I please read? Oh, this is why the internet's horrible. Let's pretend I wanted to read this article by Joe Blasi, my good friend Joe Blasi, from Politico. Of course not. Of course not. Why would any of these work? It's kind of funny though at this point, right? It's just me or is it funny? Um, Still not working. The internet, man. Weird place. Weird place. Anyway, that's sad that those don't work. But the thing I could do though is I could always just go here. I could be like, I want to read this article. I at least know the name of it so I can find it still. Yeah, there it is right there. This really great article by our good friend Joe Blasi. Which really leads me back to my original thought in that I don't think we need to ever put this here. But MLA says we have to, so we do. All right, I'm rambling now. Most important thing though is for in-text citations, all you're doing is at the end of wherever you put a quote, you're going to put the author's last name inside parentheses, just like this, with a period at the end. Just put it at the end of the sentence wherever you've used evidence. It really is that simple. So anytime you find yourself pulling evidence from an article, even if you're just referencing some numbers, anything you reference, you got to make sure you give credit for it. You're just usually putting the author's last name. Now, if for some reason there wasn't an author's last name, then you would put the title of the article. So if we were starting with this, let's say this essay wasn't by Powell, then it would look like this. And that's a good reason to do your, a really great reason to do your works cited page first. Then you have it all there right away, and you can just you can just like copy and paste from there, or you'll know what to put because it's always the first thing there, either the author's last name or the title of the article. It's going to be one of those two things always. But that's the simpler part. However, it's easier. It's made easier once you have that set up. And that's also why the works cited page is set up that way. So it's so easy to see what's first, because then I can look at the works cited page and find out where that information came from more specifically. It's funny that all these links were broken, but you can still easily find it by doing a Google search for the title of the article and the author's name. If you have questions about doing works cited page or in-text citations, feel free to come to my office hours on Thursday, email me, set up an appointment. I'm happy to talk through it with you at any point. But this is really important that you try to do this to the best of your ability, because this is a skill that you will need in college. It sucks that I didn't get to teach you in class, because I would have made you do a bunch more work with it and you'd know it for sure. But hey, that's how it goes. Again, if you got questions, reach out. Otherwise, good luck. Thanks for being here. Thanks for seriously being awesome. And I will talk to you later about different things, probably. Bye.